In today's video, we'll be taking you on a walking tour of the Waikiki beach area directly in front of each oceanfront, beachfront hotel. We've all been there before. You've seen your hotel online, you've booked it, whether it's on the hotel's website, a third-party booking site, and then you get to your hotel and expectations don't match reality. Or in some cases, your expectations are completely exceeded. In today's video, we'll be showing you what each section of Waikiki Beach looks like in front of that specific hotel and go over what amenities could be included, what's in the area, and to give you commentary you did not ask for. Let's get into it. For our first oceanfront hotel, we are here at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, not to be confused with the Hilton Waikiki, which is on Kuhio Avenue. For the Hilton Hawaiian Village, this is what their beach looks like. So two main points. The first one is going to be the Hilton Hawaiian Village Lagoon. This is public access, and then over here to the right is the actual ocean itself. This lagoon is not connected to the ocean, and as you can see, it's quite shallow. It's flat, just like a lake, and a few amenities that are offered here. Over on the far back corner over there, there's some inflatable trikes which you're able to rent. There's a small locker area where you can also rent cell phone chargers to put your cell phone in. You can also rent the smaller lockers if you want to leave your wallet, your keys, anything like that. And then also on this far side over here, there's also some beach chairs and umbrellas, which you can also rent in the very back corner. The beach over here is quite narrow. However, the main point of staying here to the Hilton Hawaiian Village Lagoon is that the water is quite shallow. And again, it's flat, just like a lake. A really good spot if you're learning to stand up paddleboard and you don't want to be in open water ocean, or if you're traveling with little ones, you don't want them swimming in open water ocean, this is a great option. As you can see, it's quite early in the morning. Lots of families with small children already out here as well. Over on the right-hand side, this pier is the Hilton Pier, and that white boat that you see departing over there, that is the Atlantis shuttle boat that will take guests over to the submarine ride. So if you are doing the submarine ride, which by the way, you definitely should try it out, very, very fun. I'll leave a link in the description box below for a video that I've done on that exact tour. And also from that pier, besides the shuttle boat that takes you over to the submarine, there's also another catamaran that comes out of there. The Hilton's catamaran will take you over to snorkel at Turtle Canyon. They also have a day sail that you can do, a sunset sail, same thing. I'll leave links in the description box below for those activities, but all of this is all within the Hilton Hawaiian Village. Super easy to access. Even if you weren't staying at this property though, just to note, you can have access to the lagoon. It's not just for hotel guests, it's complete public access, just like all beaches in Hawaii. From here, I'm gonna walk you guys all the way around to show you what that area looks like so you can see the full beach area. And then after this, we're gonna head over to the next hotel. So we are starting here on the other side at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Lagoon to show you what the beach looks like. We're walking right now on the sidewalk type of path, so it's a bit more accessible. And then this area to my right-hand side, the Hilton Hawaiian Village Lagoon, is what we had mentioned earlier. Super nice. Not connected to open water ocean, so it's flat just like a lake, and it is available for public access. This area is very, very popular with families who are traveling with small kids, specifically because this lagoon is not connected to the ocean, and it's a great place for kids to swim as well. It's very shallow, I would say. For most adults, probably about a little bit deeper than, say, maybe your hip, or maybe as deep as perhaps your shoulder, so not super deep water at all. They also have those amenities that we had mentioned earlier in the video. So in terms of amenities that you're able to get, there are beach chairs and umbrellas that you're able to rent. There's also stand-up paddleboards that you're able to rent as well. There's a locker rental area if you want to leave your wallet, your hotel key, anything valuable. There's also chargers inside some of the lockers if you want to charge your cell phone but keep it locked up from everyone else and not leave it out on the beach. It's a very smart idea, especially in the sun. Oftentimes your iPhone or cell phone will overheat if you leave it out in the sun for too long. Again, this entire area open to the public, and the area that we're walking on right now is kind of like a sidewalk area. There's planks of wood underneath us, so it's a bit more accessible as well. This stretch of beach, as you can see, quite a bit wider, very, very popular with families, especially those traveling with small kids, specifically because of how calm the water is. If you look out onto the lagoon itself, you can see those trike rentals that we mentioned earlier in the video. The trike rentals fit 2 people and they float just above the water. So super fun with families. And again, this is a great place if you wanted to practice stand-up paddleboarding or learn how to stand up paddleboard if you didn't want to do that on open water ocean. There's also some smaller kayak rentals. So this huge stretch right now, it's about, I want to say about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. As we get later on the day, this area also gets quite a bit crowded too. The beach, however, the sand, a little bit grainy, not quite as soft or powdery smooth as some other beaches, but not bad. Again, the commentary that you did not ask for. Super nice area overall. Again, you're right by the Hilton Village, right in front of the Hilton Village. There's smaller restaurants, there's grab and go places if you want to get a quick sandwich. There's a full restaurant and bar at Tropics if you want to get a couple cocktails or mocktails. Lots of options out here. And again, as I mentioned earlier, there's a sidewalk area that wraps around the entire lagoon, which is good if accessibility is a factor for any of of the beachfront walks. So just in front of us over here is a few of the different towers for the Hilton Village. We had just walked by Rainbow Tower earlier. The hotel directly in front of us right now is the Halekulani Hotel. And then just to my left is the Aloha Yacht Harbor. The hotel just the left of the Halekulani is the Modern Hotel. And we've done walkthroughs for both of those hotels. I'll leave links in the description box below. So overall, really nice area. If you're staying at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, or even if you're not staying here, again, you have full access to this. All beaches in Hawaii are public. Other things that are offered here at the property, they also have a luau, which you're able to book. Whether you're a hotel guest or not, it's open to the public as well. And there's also that pier that was earlier in the video. That pier is where the Atlantis submarine ride has their shuttle boat that will take you from the shoreline to the submarine ride. From that same pier, you can also catch a catamaran ride if you want to go snorkeling at Turtle Canyon. There's also afternoon sale if I remember correctly, and then lastly there's also a sunset sale, and then on Fridays there's also a fireworks sale too. So this whole area right over here that we're walking by, again, open to the public, really nice, very calm, great for families. You can bring floats if you'd like, and if you don't have any floats or didn't bring any with you in your suitcase, you could also stop by the ABC stores and purchase them there, or check with your hotel bill desk. Sometimes guests will leave them from their stay and then you can grab those to rent for free as well. There's also an ice cream store just over here. It's called Lappert's. Really delicious. If you're staying at Hilton Village, you'll probably see me there maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. These are the beach chairs and umbrellas to our right that you can rent. And we'll stop by the lagoon services over there so we can show you their sign that shows the prices. At the time of this filming, it's mid-June 2023. Of course, prices can change, but as of right now, that is the current list of prices. So here are the rentals. So typically you'll rent 2 of the beach chairs, and then you can also rent an umbrella too. And then these are the inflatable trikes that I had mentioned earlier that float. You can kind of see one over there on the right. And there are 2 passengers, and you can ride around the lagoon with this. So we'll swing over here to the pricing, just to show you guys what it looks like. So we've got some of the beach chairs, lounges, umbrellas, tubes, surfboards, let's see, kayaks, catamaran trips. These are the ones that I mentioned. Adventure sail, this is from Port Hilton. The snorkel sail for Turtle Canyon. They also have an afternoon. The main difference between these two, this one of course comes with lunch. This one does not come with lunch. They also typically will include 2 cocktails. See, and then there's a sunset cruise, and then on Fridays they have the fireworks sale as well. Fireworks are typically at 7:45, and in the summertime they're at 8 o'clock. These are the different prices for adults and children under the age of 12. Surf lessons, group, private, or 1-hour stand-up paddleboard. And again, this is the Waikiki Beach Activities Desk right by the Hilton Hawaiian Village Lagoon. And these are the trikes that we had mentioned. Plastic, but they float, which is great. And then on the left-hand side over here is the stand-up paddleboards, surfboards, and kayaks that we had mentioned earlier in the video. And then on the left over here are the lockers that we had mentioned too. So you can rent by the day, 24-hour rental at the 4-hour price. So smaller lockers depending on what size, and they have phone charging available inside all of the lockers. So if you were here at the beach for the day and you wanted to go out for a swim for a long time, or to go out maybe to go stand up paddleboard or kayak, but perhaps maybe you didn't want to leave your wallet or your hotel key on the beach, you can rent one of those lockers, and you can also charge your phone. That's super pretty too. On the right hand side, that man-made island. So few people are stand-up paddleboarding out here. Again, a great option if you're looking to learn how to stand-up paddleboard for the first time and not an open water ocean. If you can see that group that's over there, you can see how deep they are in the water and how shallow the water is. For that group, the water is maybe only about knee deep. So again, very shallow lagoon area, great for those traveling with kids, families, those who aren't strong swimmers, or those who wanted to just be by the water but not necessarily wrestle with any of the waves. And then we're at the end of the Hilton Lagoon where we just circled all the way around, and then on my left-hand side over here is the surf lessons. They'll typically gather over here. And then just up ahead, we're still in front of the Hilton Hawaiian Village, and then this area is still right in front of the hotel. And then to the right, you can see other beach chairs and umbrellas, blue ones and yellow ones that you're able to rent to. There's a Dairy Queen on the left. And then for the beach, it's about 10 o'clock right now. And as you can see, it's quite crowded. It's mid-June at the time of this filming. And then that is the pier that I mentioned earlier in the video. And then we'll swing by that area too so you guys can see what that looks like. So again, if you're staying at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, it's directly right behind us. You're literally right on the beach itself. If it's super important to you to be right on the beach itself, double check to see which tower you're in. Not all the Hilton Hawaiian Village towers will be right on the beach itself. So that's something I would double check too. This is another kiosk for beach services, similar to the one we just saw. And there's also a freshwater rinse off over here for your feet too. Restaurant, house tree bar over here. As you can see, this entire beach area is pretty wide. It goes all the way out. And then on the left over here are the two smaller kiosks, the Atlantis Submarines, and then there's also the Tropics restaurant over here where the orange umbrellas are on the right-hand side. Super nice beach area. This is one of my favorite beach areas, actually. And then over here to the left, I'll show you guys what it looks like for the map. The Hilton Hawaiian Village property is huge. So we are here. This is the lagoon that we just walked you guys around. Rainbow Tower, that was the building we were filming right over here. That was the Rainbow Tower we were looking at, and then we're now here. So we just walked this area right by the Dairy Queen. All this was sidewalk, and then we're now here. That's the pier that I mentioned earlier, and then we'll loop back around this way. So if you're coming to the beach over here, a few things to note. Not a lot of shade. There's definitely a few palm trees. You might be able to get a little bit of shade from a couple palm trees, but overall not a lot of shade in this area. But as I mentioned, you can rent beach chairs and umbrellas. So again, huge beach area. Port Hilton again to the right-hand side over here. Beautiful, beautiful area over here. And then to my left, there's also public restrooms. And then we're heading over to the next oceanfront property, which is the Hale Koa Hotel. So again, we've just passed the Hilton Hawaiian Village, and coming up here on the left-hand side is another oceanfront property, the Hale Koa Hotel. This specific property, we've also done a walkthrough. I'll leave a link in the description box below. So over here on the right, as you can see, a super, super wide beach area. Sometimes in the afternoon, this area will be busy with volleyball courts that people will set up for beach volleyball. Lots of open beach area, really nice clear water. And then you can see coming up ahead the blue umbrellas where you can rent beach chairs and umbrellas as well. So for this beach, again, it goes out for quite some time. It's still early morning. It's around 11 o'clock. Well, I guess late morning, around 11 o'clock right now, and it's mid-June, so not quite as busy over here. As we get farther into Waikiki, more in the central area of Waikiki, you'll notice that the beach gets considerably more crowded. Again, all beaches in Hawaii are public, so whether you're staying at this property or one of the other properties, you can still, of course, come to this beach area. Really, really nice, and a huge stretch of sand over here too. I would say this area is probably some of the widest beach that you'll have here in Waikiki. Lots of beach area, lots of sand, and all of these beach chairs and umbrellas that you see on the right-hand side, the blue ones, you can rent them. And this one is through Dive Oahu. So as we've been walking from the Hilton Village over to the Hale Koa, we're still on sidewalk or promenade. As we get closer into the central part of Waikiki, there won't be the same sidewalk or promenade. So if accessibility is a factor, that might be something to take note of as well. Over on my left-hand side is the Dive Oahu spot for rentals. If you did want to rent those beach chairs and umbrellas that I had mentioned earlier. And we'll show you guys what the pricing looks like over here. So if you did want to get the beach chairs, 1 hour is $20. Military price is a bit less at $13. There's bodyboards, floats, and then the lounge chairs as well. And it looks like they're open from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. So we've just passed the Hale Koa Hotel. Now we're in the Fort DeRussy area, so there isn't a hotel directly in front of us. Over on the left-hand side, there's some volleyball courts for beach volleyball. And then over here, the beach gets a little bit more narrow than it was earlier in the video. Coming up ahead on the left-hand side is the Outrigger Reef Hotel. And there's also a small little restaurant or kiosk just on the outside over there as well. So a lot more narrower here, still quite spacious, but a little bit more narrow than the beach we were just at, or the stretch of beach that we were just at. This grassy area is nice though, so if you wanted to be by the water, but you maybe didn't want to be in the sand, this area over here is super popular. People often have picnics over here on the left-hand side. The grass is pretty soft, so you can just bring a small beach towel and then relax out there for the day. So as we're getting closer to the Outrigger Reef, as you can see, the stretch of beach is getting more and more narrow compared to the stretch of the beach that we were at earlier. Considerably more narrow over here. Again, there's a kiosk over here too, so if you want to rent beach chairs, umbrellas, you can do that here as well. And then we'll walk over here just to kind of show you what that looks like. So comparison from where we just were, as you can see, pretty narrow. And then compared to other parts of Waikiki, I would say this part, it's a little bit more rocky over here as well. So you can still swim out here. It's really nice. You can see people swimming out here, but I would say the sand is a little bit more grainier, and then there's quite a few more rocks that are over here compared to other areas of the Waikiki beach. It is nice though. I like it over here. A little bit less crowded, but again, those rocks, they can get you sometimes. Over here on the left is that small kiosk that I mentioned before where you can get a couple snacks. If you want to grab a couple cocktails or mocktails, you could do that too. And then coming up ahead on the right-hand section, there's some beach chairs and umbrellas, the green ones over there. That one you can rent separately. So as you can see throughout the Waikiki beach area, plenty of places to rent beach chairs or umbrellas. Different companies will do it at slightly different rates, but you can rent them typically by the hour, half day, or full day. There's also some tennis courts over here on the left-hand side and some shaded area here too with some tables and chairs if you want to have a picnic out here. It's another good option. So again, compared to the beach stretch we were here earlier, considerably more narrow over here in front of the Outrigger Reef Hotel. Outrigger Reef, right here next to it is the, I believe it's the Waikiki shore, which is mostly condos, but they also have a really tasty hole-in-the-wall grab-and-go place called Steak Shack. Super, super tasty, really good portions. You get a little bit of steak or chicken, salad, and then you also get some rice too. So this stretch right here, which is super nice, you'll see sometimes people will just kind of hang out over here. A good place to catch the fireworks show on Friday nights as well. So again, hotel right in front of us is going to be the shore, Waikiki shore, and then just beside it is the Outrigger Reef. So we'll show you guys what that looks like. There's also a public restroom, freshwater showers, and again, more rentals over here. So we're walking on the beach itself to show you how it gets considerably more narrow. So over to my left, you can also rent beach chairs and umbrellas. And then just over here, as you can see, it gets considerably more narrow. So the hotel directly to my left is the Outrigger Reef. So really nice area, but again, with high tide, this area gets considerably more narrow, a lot smaller than the beach stretch that we were at earlier. This area that's boarded off to my left, this is going to be Monkey Pod, a restaurant. I'm super excited for it. There's also one over on the west side, Ko'olina. And they have a sister restaurant, Moku's, which is at Kaka'ako. Super good restaurant, very delicious. So this is kind of where the beach ends. And this is another reason why we wanted to do this walk, to show you guys the oceanfront beach properties, because although some hotels might say beachfront, they're not exactly on the beach itself. So this is where the beach will end, and we'll head over to the sidewalk area, and then we'll head over to the next beach. So as you can see, a lot more narrow than it was over there at the very beginning. This area, when it's high tide, the water comes all the way up. As you can see, the sand is wet over here too. So not exactly the best place to go sunbathing, but just right beside at Outrigger Reef, a really good spot. Or you can go farther down the beach as well. Really, really gorgeous, pretty. On my left-hand side over here is the Halekulani Hotel. So as you can see right out front here, they are oceanfront, but there is no beach in front of the hotel. We've also done a walkthrough of that property, and I'll leave a link in the description box below. So all of this, again, Halekulani Hotel is here, ocean here, but no sand or anything in between. So if you were staying at this property, you'd have to go a little bit farther to the right or the left to relax on the beach. This is a really gorgeous property that's about 5 acres altogether, a few different restaurants. House Key is a really good one. And they also have live music in the evenings as well. They have a really good breakfast option. There's also Lure's Lounge, which has really good jazz music on the weekends, at night as well. Super nice property, very beautiful. So we've got a little bit of sand, if that counts. Not quite the beach, but a little bit of sand. So now we're coming up along the beach. So again, Halekulani is right out here, and to give you a point of reference, their pool is just here. Small beach area out here. Very narrow though, small beach. But again, if you were staying at this property, you can always go to the beach on either side of the hotels. This is just the closest one. So again, right out front of Halekulani, still a very narrow beach stretch over here. And at the time of this filming, it is mid-June. So we've just passed Halekulani. The hotel on my left-hand side over here is the Sheraton Waikiki Hotel. So a little bit wider for this beach stretch, but as you can see, it ends right there where that staircase is. Normally that's open, but right now it looks like it's completely closed off. So we'll just hop this little fence area to kind of show you what it looks like. So again, super narrow right over here. This is the landing area. This is for the Mai Tai catamaran. And normally this would be open, but it looks like this is closed right now. But there is a little bit of a sidewalk that connects. So we'll walk over there to show you guys what it looks like. So as you can see, whenever that's open, this entire sidewalk area would normally be open and it connects all the way through. But on the other side, as you can see, it's blocked off over there as well. So no beach directly in front of this hotel. This is the Sheraton Waikiki. There is a little bit of a beach stretch out there, over there on the far left, a small section. And again, on the right-hand side, a small section, but quite a bit of the property here, it's just like a seawall that's over here. So again, small beach on the right, small beach on the left, but nothing directly in front like some of the other properties. So we'll cut through the hotel. We've also done a walking tour of this property if you want to check out what it looks like. We've done a quick walkthrough of this hotel. Again, Sheraton Waikiki. The restaurant to my left is Rum Fire. And then over here is the Sheraton pool and their infinity pool. I'm going to see if this area connects up here so I can show you guys what it looks like directly in front of the hotel. Okay, good. So it looks like it does connect. So this area that's blocked off was part of the area that we were showing you earlier in the video that's blocked off completely. But normally this area would be connected to the other side with a sidewalk too. And then that hotel, or excuse me, that boat that's over on the right-hand side is the Halekulani catamaran. We've done a couple trips on their boat. I'll leave a link in the description box below. They do some snorkeling trips, they do day sails and sunset sails. So just directly in front of us, we're still in front of the Sheraton Waikiki Hotel, but as you can see, there is a little bit of beach here. It's a bit narrow, but as you can see by the sand, the wet sand, the water comes up quite a bit. So if you were planning on coming out here, you want to get as close to the wall as possible, or of course you can go to beach on either side. It gets a bit more narrow up there, and then over in front of that property, the Royal Hawaiian, you can also see where you can rent more beach chairs and umbrellas. Those are red that are over there. Again, all throughout the Waikiki Beach area, lots of places to rent beach chairs or umbrellas. Okay, so still in front of the Sheraton Waikiki, restaurant to my left is Rum Fire. We're gonna follow this sidewalk. Actually, we'll follow this way so we can show you guys what the beach looks like a little bit better. It's a bit more narrow. And then hotel to my left, again, Sheraton Waikiki. The hotel just over here, the pink one, is the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. We've done a walkthrough of that property. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you'd like to check that out. And then just again to show you a little bit more of the beach, it gets a little bit wider over here, but again, not as wide as the earlier stretch of beach that we were at in front of the Hale Koa Hotel or the Hilton Hawaiian Village Hotel. But still a bit of beach right out here in front of the Sheraton Waikiki. So coming up ahead is the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. That's over here on the left-hand side, this pink property over here. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, lots of different beach chairs and umbrellas that you can rent. They have these red ones over here. There's some yellow ones, and then farther down there's some green ones too. So to show you what the beach looks like, again, this is the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, the pink hotel. A lot wider stretch of beach over here, considerably wider stretch of beach. This is another really good area. It's really calm water over here typically. And then depending on the ocean conditions, sometimes you can walk quite a bit farther out. Like as you can see, some of those people that are in the water, they're quite a bit farther out from shore, but they're only maybe hip deep for water. Okay, so we're right in front of the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, which is on my left-hand side. So as you can see, a lot of beach catamarans come up along the shoreline. A lot wider stretch of beach as well. Just to my left, you see these yellow umbrellas. There's also blue umbrellas and green umbrellas, and then a few beach catamarans on the right-hand side. There's Kepokai. There's the Nahoku 2, which is the yellow one that you see behind there too. So on the left, again, the pink hotel, the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. And then just to the right of that is the Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort Hotel. That would be the hotel that Duke's is in. So it feels like it's calmed down a little bit for the sand. Here, we'll cross up ahead to show you guys what that looks like. Hopefully the sand is a little bit more bearable. So again, now we're right in front of the Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort. On our left-hand side, where Duke's Waikiki restaurant is, where Hula Grill restaurant is. There's a section over here if you wanted to get a surf lesson or the Outrigger canoe. And then there's also these umbrellas that you can rent as well, the blue umbrellas. So over here would be the canoe landing area if you did want to try the Outrigger canoes. There's one over here and then there's one over there as well. So as you can see, compared to earlier in the video, this section of beach a lot more crowded than it is over by the Hilton Village or Hale Koa. The sand is softer, which is nice. You're closer to a lot of different restaurants. Duke's Waikiki is over there. While you can't drink alcohol on the beach, you can definitely have a couple of cocktails there or mocktails, or grab a snack and bring it out. And then that shell that you hear is the horn for the Nahoku. A lot of catamarans use that just to alert surfers or swimmers that they're coming through. So compared to other areas, as you can see, super wide stretch of beach. Catamaran landing area if you are doing one of their beach catamarans. All right, we're gonna do another little detour, guys. We filmed this in real time, so you can kind of see as well how long it takes to walk the stretch of beach. We're just taking a bit of a break because the sand is very hot on this mid-June day. So the hotel directly behind me is the Moana Surfrider Hotel. That one is the one with the larger banyan tree. We've done a video for that one as well. But as you can see, Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort and the Moana Surfrider, the beach is significantly more wide than the other properties. A lot more crowded as well. Okay, we're gonna head up this way. We'll cut through. It's still pretty hot. The sand is still pretty hot. But luckily we've only got a little bit more to go. We're gonna head up to where the Duke statue is. So this is a nice amenity too. Although the beaches in Hawaii are public, some parts of the properties, they'll cordon off a section of their property and put sand on it. So it's technically not the beach, it's really cement that has sand on it. And that way their own guests can rent beach chairs and umbrellas. Like as you can see, the Moana Surfrider does that, and then the Royal Hawaiian does that as well. And then over here on the left-hand side is the beach bar. This area really good for burgers. All open seating, no reservations required. They also have a restaurant called Beach House, which is more of their fine dining. Right, so still in front of the Moana Surfrider Hotel. Okay, and now back to our regularly scheduled program. We had to take a little bit of a break in front of the Moana Surfrider. It is really, really hot this mid-June day, and the sun on the sand is absolutely scorching, and we were walking this entire beach, so we had to take a little bit of a break. Now it looks like the sun has gone down, or gone away for a little bit behind the clouds. So Moana Surfrider on my left-hand side, huge wide stretch of beach. And this is going to be the end of the oceanfront properties for Waikiki. There is a hotel just on the far side of Waikiki, the new Otani Hotel, I believe is what it's called. That's quite a bit farther up, so typically we're just going to stop here at the Moana Surfrider. Public restroom on the left-hand side, and then right around this area there's also the Duke statue, and we'll show you guys what that looks like. And that will show you a little bit about what the Waikiki beach area in front of your oceanfront property actually looks like. If you were hungry and wanted to grab a bite to eat, there's a couple smaller kiosks to get grab and go, a little bit of seating area out here, public restrooms that are closed right now, freshwater showers on the right hand side, and then Duke statue, we'll take a quick look, is right over here. And then another section here for surfboard rentals or lessons, and then Duke statue is just on the left hand side. Over there, we'll pop over there. And if you take a look on the right, noticeably more crowded, the more central of Waikiki that you go. So we're at the end of our walking tour, and I hope this video helped you guys. We walked from the Hilton Hawaiian Village beach area all the way up to the Duke statue beach area here. We're up and down the Waikiki stretch, and I hope this video helped you guys figure out what the beach looks like in front of each oceanfront hotel. We passed by the Hilton Hawaiian Village, the Hale Koa, Halekulani Royal Hawaiian, Sheraton Waikiki, Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort, Moana Surfrider. There were a lot. Some have a bit more narrow beach stretches than others. Others are quite a bit more spacious. I hope this helped you guys kind of figure out what every section of the beach looks like, whether you're booking an oceanfront property or whether you're just staying here in Waikiki, and we're curious about what amenities are offered at each different section of Waikiki Beach. On to the next one, guys. On this one-page planner, you have everything that you need where you can jot down your details for your hotel, rental car, tours and activities, things that you want to do, and a general itinerary.